We just have to do that when we record it. It's not because I don't love you and don't want to hear you, but at the end you can unmute and we'll open it up for everybody. So we're going to go ahead and get started because I know quite literally many of you are on your lunch break. And so we have the honor and privilege to start June off with a bang. Cleta is one of your favorite, most amazing people. If you've not met her yet, she's about to become the love of your life. I love her so much. I met her on my first director trip. We've just been friends since. And when I say the real deal, friend, you are it. And I love how you just the integrity and how you cherish women and your heart and your soul for them and how you just and not just the Mary Kay world and how you live in your life. There's very few people I'd be like, yeah, I'd switch lives with her. And I hope you take that as a compliment that we just love you and what you do for the Mary Kay world. One of the most go give women. Some of you will know it. She puts stuff on a Mary Kay National Area Director. Thinks she does these boss babe things every week. It's just so fruitful and one of the best trainers. Like every time I listen to whatever you're giving, I don't know. I tell one like your inventory talk, everything. I'm just like, okay, that makes sense to me, and I just love in the way that you do it. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate you deeply for opening up your time in June as we're all wrapping up audacious goals to give to so many women. And so I'm going to let you take over. I just love you and adore you. I don't want to do any accolades in case that's part of what your training or story is, but just know you all are at the feet of a legend. And so you're going to learn from the best of the best today.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Jen, you're one of the most go give. I cannot believe you've been doing these lunch and learns for, I don't even know, is it 3 years? It's a long time.
Yes, it's been like 3 years.
Yeah, and she still got it going on. So, anyway, I'm excited to talk to y'all. And I have to tell you that not last night, but the night before, I was laying in bed. I took some Claritin D about noon, about no, about 6 o'clock, which is not good because I thought I'm gonna be up all night, but this nose has got to quit running. And so, sure enough, I go to bed wide awake. So about 1 o'clock, I just thought, just get up because I'm just laying here with my eyes wide open. So I got up and I thought, what could I do? So I did my Bible study that I usually do. And then I thought, I'm just going to go ahead and write this thing that I want to teach for Jen. And so I haven't even looked it over since I wrote it at 2 o'clock in the morning the other night, 2 nights ago. So hopefully it'll be something that the Lord gave me. I always pray that He'll tell me what He wants me to share with you guys. And so, for those of you that don't know me, I have been in Mary Kay for 39, almost 40 years. It's so crazy. I mean, like September is going to be 40 years I have been in this business. And I have loved every minute of it. I have been a director for almost 36 years, and it's been a joyful journey. Really, my whole adult life, I've been a Mary Kay. I had a facial at 22, and then I signed up to become a consultant a couple months after my 23rd birthday, and I became a sales director at 26. And at that time, I went ahead and quit the job I was working at, and then I have been just Mary Kay since then. And someone recently said, Cleta, you going to retire anytime? Are you fixing to retire? I'm like, no, I'm not going to retire. I said, do I look like I'm fixing to retire? I said, no. I said, I'm going to do it till they kick me out of Mary Kay. So, anyway, I hope you love your Mary Kay business as much as I do. Because when you love what you do, you look forward to working. And it's jobs that you can't stand. Most jobs, like when it's time to retirement, I have a friend of mine that's retired from teaching. And when I'm telling you, she counted down the days for an entire year. I mean, like she was ready to go. And so, but with Mary Kay, if you're doing it like Mary Kay told you to do it, where you're really out trying to bless other women, and you're not ever going to want to quit. And so I have found that a crazy thing is that the less work you do when Mary Kay, the less happy you are about Mary Kay. The more work you do, like if you're doing facials and doing parties, the more work you do, the more you love your business. It's the opposite on most jobs. The more you work at another job, usually the more you're like, I'm burnt out, I need a vacation. So I just want to tell you that. So if you happen to be like, I don't even know why I'm listening to this, maybe that's what you need to hear is that if you're not super excited about your Mary Kay business, it's probably because you haven't been working very much. Okay? Because what all it takes, honestly, go facial your grandma. Just get your kid out and go facial your grandma and say, or your sister, And so I just need to like go over this one time and you'll see. You're like, why did I stop doing this? It's so fun. Okay. I know I'm talking to the winners here and people are just killing their business and bringing it to life. All right. So I came up with 10 tips to make your June the best month ever. Our unit has been, we all year long, we've been taught, we had a little theme, and then we're saying it's our bye bye year. BYE, best year ever. Best year ever, best year ever. And I was just on a call with my consultants, and I said, you know, we had Bible study and we were doing a prayer request. And I said, y'all, just for our unit, I said, best year ever. I said, it's going to take a miracle. I said, but I'm just going to keep believing it until the very last day, you know, and that's what we're going for. So this is for your best June ever. So you may look and say, what did I do last June? And if you're new, hey, you know it's going to be your best June ever. So here are 10 little tips that I thought I would share with y'all this afternoon. Number one, spend time with the Lord in Bible study and prayer every single morning to start your day. Pray favor over your business. Pray favor for leaders to join your team. Pray for your team if you have a team and for your unit. If you're a consultant, pray for your sales director and pray for our company. You know, there's a verse in the Bible that says, let your light so shine so others may see your good works and glorify not you, but glorify God. So pray that your light will shine so others can see your good works and they'll give God the glory when they see it. And sometimes you feel like when you're so busy, like I don't have time to do Bible study this morning, or I don't have time. The Lord will always stretch your day if you start and put Him first. Okay. And you know, Mary Kay Ash told us that, you know, God first, family second, career third. Okay. Number two, be intentional about seeing new faces in person this month. Now, I do a lot on YouTube, Facebook, and things like that, and all the social media. However, I want you to think about this month about saying, you know what, let me actually look somebody in their face to face and like let them try the product face to face in person. And I'm gonna tell you why this is what has happened to my unit lately, and it's about my friend Deborah. Deborah Barrett is she's a DIQ. She's been in the company 27 years. 27 years this month, as a matter of fact. It might have been last month, but anyway, I think it's last month. So, and she's on her second month of DIQ. Deborah, she's always had a good business, but she's always had a desire in her heart to be a sales director. Well, you know what? She decided, and she would call me and ask me about, and I said, Deborah, I said, you need to go get 10 parties on your books. I said, really, that's the only thing you're lacking. It's just you're not doing enough faces. And so she decided to take me up on it, and she started seeing faces. She recruited her sister Donna a couple years ago, and Donna just said all she was going to do is satin lips. That's all she felt comfortable doing. She didn't wear makeup, and she said, I can do satin lips, satin hands, that's it. She came to January Jumpstart, and she learned about parties and other things. So Deborah and Donna started doing parties in person. Okay. Um, well, guess what? They started recruiting people from these parties. Donna recruited this girl named Catherine. Catherine started doing parties. And all these are like power up achievers every month. Catherine recruited a girl, and that gal is fixing, and she's doing her first party. Donna recruited Penny. Penny and Michelle, they're both doing parties. And what's happened is when you do a party and then someone decides to join your team, they're signing up to do parties because they said, oh, I could do what you do, right? Okay. And so what I have seen is explosive growth. I mean, explosive growth in all these women. Not only they're making money themselves, they're earning prizes. Donna is about to be on the National Court of Sales, and Deborah's about to finish up, you know, directorship this month. And so, but it's all from doing some parties. Now, yes, you can do them online too. But I just want to challenge you, if you haven't been doing as many in person, just book a party, because I don't know. I know at the first of the month, I thought I got to get some in-person guest events. Okay. All right. Number 3, be consistent with your online events. So see, I'm not saying don't do online, but if you can be consistent with it, do it at the same time, the same date. It gets people used to getting on and watching the show. Okay. For example, like we do one, it's called What's in the Bag. I do it every Wednesday night. I've been doing it for a long time. It's at 8:15. I go to church at 7. I run home and I barely make it, and we do it. And so, but you know what? It's people know it's going to be that night. It's always for guests. It's always product related. And it's a consistent thing that I know I'm going to do it. I don't book things right after church because I know I have that. And so if you're doing some things like maybe on a Facebook group or on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, online that you use, be consistent about it. And the more you post, the more bang for your buck. Okay. But sometimes it is like a billboard. It just gets people to know she's still in Mary Kay, and you still got to do the one-on-ones to get the orders. Okay. Um, Number 4, look at your calendar right now, like today, it's June 5th, and fill in any nights or weekends you don't already have something booked. And normally, you may not want to work every single night and every single weekend. But if you got something big and you want to make it your best June ever, I say if you book it, they will come, right? So pick a place, and you may want to invite some other consultants to do it with you. And y'all just invite guests. Like you can have a hostess to invite some of their friends, or you just say, skip the hostess. I'm just going to invite a bunch of people and tell everybody to bring a girlfriend. And so that's what I ended up doing at the beginning of the month. I thought I've got to get some more things on the books. So I booked 2 in person guest events in Thomasville, Georgia, which is about an hour away, which is like where Deborah, Donna, Catherine, all them live. Um, and then I booked 2 here in my town where I have another DIQ, Selah, and we're doing it at her house actually, because you don't have to spend a lot of money on a hotel. You just have to have a dining room table, right? And so, I'm doing 2 on Saturday and 2 on Thursday, and I'm doing the same thing at all 4 guest events. I'm doing those glass facials. And you guys, if you haven't done that, honestly, let me just take the mystery out of it. It's the repair set, but you just add, you clean your face, you do the charcoal mask, then you do the facial peel, and then you do the rest of the repair set. That's it. I mean, it's it. It's like 8 products. It's so easy, but it really works and it feels so great. Do it to yourself tonight, and then you'll see. And then we just use the regular closing sheet. I'm going to use the same closing sheet every single time, and it's going to be easy because you're going to do it over and over and over. Okay. So, and it's funny because on Saturdays, I know y'all might, well, y'all don't know me very well, but I like to mow. I like to mow. We have about 4 acres, and I got a John Deere lawnmower. It's a 0 turn. If you don't know what that is, you can look that up. And I just like to mow on Saturdays, but I thought it's June. You cannot be mowing. You need to be seeing some people. So this month is the month. Maybe some of the things that you love to do that's as crazy as mow your yard. Instead of doing that, maybe go do a party. Okay. All right. Number 5, take a good inventory of your products and see what you're low in. I mean, go in there and look and see. Y'all know that's 55% off on the Time Wise products, and also the Clear Proof and the Mary Kay Skincare line. All right, so go look and see what you need. What could you use on your shelf that you could stock up at the lower price, and then buy low, sell high. You're going to make more money, or pass the savings on to the customers. But either way, if you're going for a big goal, and especially if you're going for like your unit quarter sales or the national quarter sales, you're going to spend less money and get more bang for your buck for the retail. So, because you get full retail, but you're only paying 45% on it. So anyway, that is going to really help you. And if you take a good inventory of what you have, then when you get ready to order, you're not just going to order random stuff that you think, I didn't even need that. But you get in a panic and you're trying to do it at, 11:30 on June 30th. All right. So instead, what I did is at the beginning of the month, I just went ahead and I thought, what do I know I need? I was hoping they did 55 or 60% off the repair set. So I kind of waited because I knew I needed it. But then I didn't see it on there. I'm like, that's okay. So I just went ahead and put in a $1,200 order on the 1st, June 1st. I got that in. I'll be ordering again because I'm going to do some of the 55% off stuff. But if it helps you, you may order, like if you have a big goal like that, get an order in right now. You can always do another one like when the new quarter starts, right? Finish your star if you need to, and then when the new start thing starts on the 16th, then do another one then. But if you kind of look at what you need, make a list of it so that, don't you hate it when you get an order in, then you're like, I didn't know I was out of mascara. I didn't know I didn't have any more great height. So just kind of take you can print out a piece of the order form. You can get a printable one and then go in there to wherever you keep your stuff and print it out. And that way you know exactly what you need. Okay. Number 6, get a power partner. Get a power partner that has the same goal you have for June. And then you guys check in every single day on your activity. What have they done? What have you done? share ideas with that. It really, really helps. I have a girlfriend, Holly Sherrick, and she and I, we're both going for the same goal. And we have traveled together on these top director trips. And um, I talk to her every day. And I'm like, all right, this is what I'm doing. What are you doing? I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. Oh, thanks for that reminder. And if I'm down, she'll lift me up. She's down, I'll lift her up. And it just helps you be accountable. And so I really suggest trying to get yourself a power partner with the same goal as you do, and make sure you're not the whiner of the partners. You every now and then you're going to whine, I know, but Mary Kay said you can have about a 2-minute pity party and then you're done. Okay, and let's get on it. Okay, number 7, you might think about doing a sale in June. Um, I would focus on 2 things. What is one thing that, like, if you do have inventory, what's something that you have a ton on your shelf? Maybe you bought a bunch of pedicure sets, last year or whatever they were, and you still got them on your shelf. You might just look and see what you did get overstocked in if you have inventory, and do a sale on that stuff, because then you can take that money and buy, the 55% off TimeWise products, right? Um, Last week, or the last week of May, I decided to do a 1-day customer appreciation sale. And it was simple, you guys. All I did is I did text them. I put it on my Mary Kay group page, and then I sent an email out just using the e-cards that Mary Kay has. And all I did is just 20% off of everything in my inventory if they ordered between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. And then from 10 a.m. to noon, they got 15% off. And then noon to 4 o'clock, they got 10% off, and then 5% off. Okay. And let me just say, everybody but one person ordered between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. And so I sold $3,300 in that one day. What did I do to get it? All I did is send out those texts and emails, just like 2. I did one like on a Monday, and then I reminded them again on a Thursday. It took me like, 2 minutes. Okay. And the great thing about it is I was able to, because I do keep inventory on my shelf, I was able to bag it all up, mail it, deliver it, or have them pick it up, and collected all of the money. I did it on a Friday. By Monday, everything was delivered, settled up, and I had all the money in my checking account. That's exciting. So think about a little something you can do with a deadline. A little sense of urgency sometimes help, instead of saying it's going to be, something all month long. Usually you don't get as much bang for your buck. And let me just say this, for that 3,300 I sold, it was only 34 people. So it averaged almost about $100 a person. So I'm going to do something else this month, and I'm going to reach out to the other customers that did not order, did not participate in this. Or I may say, hey, who needs a do-over? Did you miss my thing in May? I don't know. I'm going to do something like that just to generate some excitement. And as I'm selling to them, this is what I did last month, is if they bought stuff like, I have a couple of people and they just buy eye makeup removers. I'm like, I don't even know what you're washing your face with. So I just started saying, would you be open to trying our awesome repair set? And so I have repair set samples. And so I put them in there, and I'm following up with all of those to get them on some more products, specifically skincare products. I met a girl just this weekend. I'm like, hey, and I'm like, I got to get some young girls, because I need some 20s to 40s that are going to use this TimeWise, right? Plus, I'd like to get some younger women in my unit as well. And so, I sent her a TimeWise, whole sample pack to try. And then I also, like last night on our little What's in the Bag, what did we do? We did the TimeWise Miracle Set, the Beyond Miracle Set, did it on our own face, And so now I have that video. So to this month, I can say, hey, here's a sample. Watch this video, shows you how to put it on. So easy. Or I can get them in person, right? If they're local. So you just might think about doing a little sale. And then as you do, the people that respond to you, think about asking them for a booking. Ask them if they would mind letting you share the career opportunity with them, and or give them some samples. So there's that. Okay, number 8. Look for women who might be looking for a way to make extra money this summer. 2 groups that came to my mind are teachers and college students out for the summer. Okay. And I ran into both of those this last week. They're out, and yes, they're out and they're like being on vacation, but it is a time that they could do a little something and make some extra money. If they were willing to work like 10 hours a week, think about it, you guys. In 10 hours, you could do 3 parties That's only going to take 3 hours of it. And that gives you 6 hours to get the orders, get on the computer, place it, deliver, whatever else you got to do. Think how much money they can make. Last week, my um, Deborah Barrett, the DIQ I was telling you about in Thomasville, she said, well, Cleta's always been telling us to do 3 parties a week. And so I decided to take her up on it. She sold $1,200 something dollars. Because honestly, this day and age, 3 parties, I mean, the average party is, $300 or $400. So if you do 3 of them, that's $1,200. I mean, not, I can't guarantee exactly how much you make, but if you have people that have the money to buy, they're going to buy it because we know how good it is, right? So look for some women that might want to just try it out for this summer and say, hey, after this summer's over, it's not like you can't quit if you don't want to. You can give all those customers to me and you go back to your other job. But you may want to just keep doing it, right? Okay. Uh, Number 9, be willing to put your blinders on. Don't look to the left or the right. Just focus on your business and beating your best. Um, you know, you can't control the Mary Kay scoreboard, and you don't need to stress about what everybody else is doing. All you need to think about is what are you doing to beat your best? Because in Mary Kay is not like other companies. Like, I want my girlfriends to win. I do. So I can't concentrate on me beating them because I want them to win. So all I can do is try to beat myself, beat my own record. And that is always going to be a win for you. So just try to keep your blinders on. And it's hard with social media because you see this girl's doing this and this girl's doing that. And even me telling you about some of my people, what they have done. Don't compare yourself. Just say, what's the best party I've ever done? Maybe the best party you've ever done was $200. Say, I'm going to have me a $300 party this week, and beat your best by challenging yourself and know what your best is. Okay. Um, Number 10, just because you're not on target for your goal, I just have to say this, does not mean you're not going to hit it. Everybody knows that miracles happen in June. And I love what Karen Riddle, she did a class for us and it was so good. She said, take a piece of paper and write on one side of it everything you're in control of, like do a line down the middle. And so over here, you write down what you're in control of. What are you in control of, really? You're in control of you picking up the phone and making some booking calls. You're in control of how many faces that you do, how many reach outs you do. You're in control of your schedule. Sometimes that you don't have as much control over that too, if you're like have children or aging parents or whatever. But then on the other side, you put everything that you cannot control. You can't control how much someone's going to buy. Can you? I mean, you do a facial, you don't know. I've had 0 parties. I've had a 0 facial. You can't control how much inventory that you recruit somebody, how much she comes in with, right? You can't control who books when you ask them to book or who says yes to the opportunity. So on that side, that's the side that you're just going to pray. You pray for what you're going to do and you do all you can do. And then on this side, you're going to pray for God to give you favor on everything else, on the booking calls, on the faces, on people that you sign up, and all the different goals that you have. And because you can't control that, so you just think, I can only do what I can do, and I'm going to give the rest to God. And guess what? You have peace. You have peace in your life and peace in your business when you do it that way. So, I'm just telling you, never give up. I have had years where like the top director trip, which is a big deal to me. And we needed like 27,000 wholesale the last day of the month. I didn't know how we were going to do it. And at the time, my husband was working in Charleston. He had an apartment over there, and I was going back and forth to Georgia. We had a house in Georgia, and so he was in Charleston, and he went on to bed. He felt bad for me, and it was to the trip to Rome. But y'all, that day, things started happening. And people started ordering. I'm like, I cannot even believe this. I mean, we're actually getting closer. And so, like, toward the end of the night, I had my mom and my aunt, they're great Mary Kay users and sell a ton. And they're like, we'll sign up and we'll help you. And I said, but my mom said, but only if you're going to make it, like if you really need me. And I said, all right, mother. So she's calling me at like 11 o'clock at night. She goes, hey, we're getting kind of tired. Do you need us or not? I said, I don't know, mother. I don't know yet. And so then I'm on the phone I had a DIQ at the time, and she got a recruit. I was doing inventory with her at 10:30 at night. And she's like, I'm going to have to go talk to my husband, and he's in the bed. I got to wake him up. I said, all right, well, I said, Loree, you talk to her. I got to go make some other calls. And so, y'all, this is between 11:30 at night and like for us, it's 1 o'clock in the morning because we're on Eastern time. I go back on there and I call the girl. I get my mom signed up. No, I didn't sign mom up yet. Call the girl, and she said, "All right, I'm gonna do a 3,600." I'm like, okay. And at the time, I think we needed like 5,500, and I'm like, oh my word. So I'm like, okay, we got to get it in. She goes, I gotta go get the credit. I gotta get the credit card for my husband, and so she went and got it. We got a 3,600 in, and that counts a lot retail because she gets all the free stuff, right? So it's more than 7,200 retail. It's like 8,500 retail with all the retail that she gets free, which counts toward like your end of your year stuff, right? And so then I got my mom in there, and she signed up, and her and my aunt, they did an order together. And then, I mean, y'all, when I tell you, I was hitting my mom's order, it was like 5 till, and I was praying that I added everything up right, and I hit it, and we did it. And I'm telling you, I was on the floor crying. I couldn't even call my husband because I couldn't get myself together. So anyway, there you go. Don't give up, no matter what you do, because God can do miracles. If you put some effort in, you just don't even know what might could happen. So I say, build your team, get some great momentum, have the best month you've ever had, go for the best year you've ever had if you can, and run like a cheetah. That's what we say in our run like a cheetah with your hair on fire. And so you guys, that's really what I have for you today. And I know it's making me cry, Char. And so I really am just praying for a great finish for all of you. And that's what I got for y'all, Jen.
Well, that was incredible, my friend, as always. I've heard you tell that story a couple times, and I love that story because the emotion and feeling that comes over you. It's like it just happened.
It's the truth.
And when you do something like that, every time for the rest of your life you tell that story, it will always feel like it just
Yeah.
happened. And that's what's so amazing about it. And that's how other people can hang on to your belief. And so we have a couple quick minutes. If anybody has a question or
Yeah,
anything they want,
absolutely.
you'll have to unmute so you can affirm Cleta or anything. If you have a question for her, I just want to allow time for that.
Hey, I think she did an awesome job, Miss Cleta. Thank you very much, Mama Cleta. We really appreciate you. And we're all running with our hair on fire. Thank you.
Thank you, girl.
Yes.
Hey, Cleta. Yeah. Go ahead, Sandy.
You so inspire a unit member of mine. She's always talking about you. And I told her that you were going to be on today. I don't see her on, but I'll make sure she gets this recording. And then we are looking forward to you being on Janice's event this month.
Yeah, that's right.
Too.
Next week, I think, Thursday night, next Thursday. So
Yeah.
thank you. Who's
So
your
we'll be looking. And then can we go on YouTube to see one of your Wednesday night events?
Oh, they're all on YouTube. Yeah, they're all public. You know, I thought about making them private. I'm like, it don't matter. I said it'll help somebody that maybe doesn't have anything, you know, going on online. So yeah, just my name. It's just Cleta Colson-Eyre. You can find me, and they're all on there. And
Okay.
you're welcome. And thank you, Sandy. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yes, they're amazing. I love all her Wednesday videos. They're incredible. All right, ladies. Well, let's run like crazy this month. It's June, and the company gave us everything to make every obstacle, well, not an obstacle anymore. We have everything we need to make magic happen. So I wish you all the best, and we'll see you here next week.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye, ladies.
Thank you.